You're watching LTV with the brand new Aiptek Sporty Z3 camera here inside this white box. This is not the final package, of course, also, but we have everything inside that you will get for only 200 bucks, so it's a lot cheaper than your GoPro, and maybe even you get more in this box than with the GoPro, because there's quite a lot in here. We already checked it out in the German video, and now we do it again for you. So you can see here we have the camera itself. It's quite big of a fella, but we have a lot of ports, functions and features, so that's of course quite nice. Let's get back to that in a second. We have a clip right here which holds actually a remote control where we can hit start for the video, shoot a picture, or just hit the stop button, so that's quite nice. And as I said, it's a clip-on, or actually you can strap it on your helmet on the side somewhere maybe also, so this is of course a nice feature to have here. Then I have here a little holder also with a clip holster which holds just the camera. It doesn't fit the plastic protection on the outside also, but still it's good to have. Then we have some rolls of rubber glue on here, so you can just protect your devices where you put anything on, like with the clips or anything else that we have inside the box. Then of course a little strap, so you can just have the camera dangling around your hand. Then we have a clip-on, which is actually quite nice because it works with the device itself, so you just can put it on like this. Of course the other way around it works also, because they are exactly in the same positions, and then you can clip on the camera anywhere you want. But of course you have to put these screws inside here, so there is actually a screwdriver also in here, right there, which is a special screwdriver. It works only with these little fellas, but it's quite nice. One bad thing about this is though you have to take off the clip to rotate the screws here on top, because they are behind the clip a little bit, so that's not perfect, but I mean, well, a little bit, you have to work a little bit for a really good video. Not like me, as you can see here in the picture, it's not always that sharp. So we have a little Velcro here also, which is quite nice, with 3M on one side, and on the other side they just stick to each other, so that's of course also quite nice if you just want to put it on a wall or anything like that. Nothing too shaky. Then we have a mini USB for charging, quite important of course. Mini USB, I mean, it's a little bit outdated. They should have used micro USB, so you don't have to carry around that many cables, but anyhow. Then we have one of the most important things is this. So as you can see, this doesn't only go this way, you can actually rotate it in the other way also here on top, so you can really set up your device as you want, and you can take off any part here, like this one, just take it off and then you can put it on another one. For example, my favorite one is the bike. So this is a bike holder, where you can see here we have space of course for your handle. You can make it bigger on both sides, no problem, and it should fit perfectly. This is completely made out of metal, so quite sturdy. And then of course you can take off here on this part on the side and take this one, put it in here, and then you can put your camera on top and it will perfectly work. And you can of course even set it how it should stand on your bike, and of course you can put even more parts on here, so you have maybe even 2 features to go all the way. So that's quite nice for your bike. Let me put this all on the table. And then there's 2 more things that are quite important, because this part of course only works here on the bottom when you have one of these where you can slip it in. This is a small one with a 3M VHB, which is also used with the GoPro, so you can just glue it on anywhere and it will last really for sure. It's quite strong. And we have a little bit better one also here inside the box, like this. This you can use, for example, if you want to use it with your car, so you can like strap it on here on the side also, and it has the same VHB 3M technology. And let me show it on here what we need actually this part for. I showed you before. You just slip it in like this. Not that easy, so it doesn't fall out that easy. So you can see it's quite strongly in here, but to make it even more secure you can put in this rubber thing. Let me go a little bit closer, like this. I hope my camera focuses. No, it's too lazy. There we go. So you can put in the rubber thing like this here on the front, and then you cannot push these parts together to make it slide out again, or nobody else, and that's of course quite secure. So that's really a good feature here with this Sporty cam, but let's actually check out the camera itself after I show you this part, which is of course also usable, for example, on the bike stand or anywhere else, or up here. You can, as I said, you can put anything anywhere you want. You can put it up on top here, but this part again only works with the camera itself without the plastic around it. But I showed you we have another one which works also with the stand around it. So you can see here we have the camera itself with the little really big plastic covering here, which helps you to really make it quite sturdy. It won't break, and it will take a lot. You can throw it around. Of course, plastic scratches, so you should worry a little bit about maybe the lens. And I am worrying right now that you cannot see anything because it's not that sharp. There you go. So you can see we have on the side here one button only. This is for the recording, and otherwise you can see that it's see-through. And on the bottom we have of course the standard stand rotator, so you can really put it in any of the devices I showed you quite sturdily. But let's take out the camera of this box and take a closer look at how it looks like, what the features are, because the plastic cover is only a plastic cover. So as I showed you, we have a really nice camera, a big lens, 8 megapixel, full HD movie shooting mode, of course, 720p. Also on this side we have HDMI, mini USB for charging, on and off switch, and an AV out, which we didn't get a cable for, but it's a standard cable that you can buy anywhere for all the TVs. Then on this side we have the record button, which you can access from outside. We have video, a voice recording starting feature also, so you can switch the Vox to on, and then after you make a sound above 65 decibels, so you clap your hand or anything like that, the video should start to record. So that's quite nice. If you don't want to use the remote, or the remote is just empty, or you just you cannot access your camera from where you want to start your video. So we have also a micro USB, micro SD card reader, which is quite important because internally there's not too much space, only for 20 seconds of video, and so you need to expand this till up to 32 gigs, which should last you about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 hours of movies in full HD. So on the front you can see that we have only touch buttons. There is a foil right now on here. We have here some speakers. On the front there's actually one little microphone right there. And then we have a display, which is not the best. Let me turn on the device, then you will see what I mean. It doesn't take too long. It's a little bit charged. It takes about 5 seconds till the device starts. And as I said, these are all touch. And then we also have here an audio response, so you can hear actually what's happening. So this is, I guess, the zoom. And there's in the middle a button which you can use for shooting a picture, for example, like this. And it says out of memory right now because we already recorded 20 seconds. But yeah, this was the first feature here. First unboxing of the Sporty Cam by Aiptek, which is quite nice. You can, as I said, use the remote also here for making a picture. Let me show you here on the video that if I hit this button it will say again out of memory, so it works quite well, even though of course, as I said, we don't have memory right now, but it is quite nice to have. And then you can of course put your camera anywhere inside one of these things I showed you and use it quite sturdily with the case or without the case. Till next time, please tune in again with Untitled TV. This was the Sporty Cam Z3 by Aiptek. Quite a nice device, 200 bucks. You should consider it instead of getting a GoPro. Till next time, please tune in again with Untitled TV. My name is Balazs Gal.